would like to start by thanking Dr. Shiv Shankari for this kind invitation to present at this workshop. The plan of the talk is as follows. I would like to first give a very, rudimentary exposition or very simple introduction to network science. Why network science? Why network science is very important for studying and analyzing and understanding biological systems. After giving a brief overview of the network science as a field in general, I would take up a particular problem where we have used tools in network science to a problem in neuroscience. And I'll try to show what are the results that we have obtained. So those of you in Tamil Nadu who are not familiar with the Institute of Mathematical Sciences, Chennai, it's also popularly known as the Mat Science. So Mat Science has been a research institute which was established in 1962 for basic research in mathematical and physical sciences by Professor Aladi Ramakrishnan. We just completed the 60 years of the institute. Over the years, there are now 4 research areas or groups in the institute: physics, mathematics, theoretical computer science, and computational biology. There are more than 50 faculty members now in this institute. Among the 4 groups, the newest group is the computational biology group, in which I'm a faculty currently, and this was established in 2013. So we are a research institute which is engaged in training of PhD students and postdoctoral fellows. We don't have undergraduate master students. As mentioned, Mat Science is an autonomous institution of the Department of Atomic Energy, India. It's also a constituent institution of the Homi Bhabha National Institute, or the HPNI, which is a deemed university. That is, our PhD students get the degree from HPNI. Several of the DA institutions are all under the umbrella of HPNI, and HPNI is our degree awarding institution. So as far as location is concerned, Mat Science is located in the hub of both education and IT in Chennai. So we are, next to the Tidal Park, besides IIT Madras, CLRI, Anna University, as you can see. So it's a nice location. We have a small but serene campus, you can see here. So a bit about computational biology, those who might be interested. We have a computational biology group in the institute, as I mentioned, since 2013. Our flagship program is basically the ComBio PhD program, which has been started since 2013. So this is an interdisciplinary PhD program. The deadline for applications is typically around March end. So we will be soon announcing for the next year. There will be typically 5 to 7 PhD positions we give away every year with fellowship from DA, equivalent to the GRF, SRF rates, which the DST has fixed. The PhD, is, as I mentioned, is awarded by HPNI from the Board of Life Sciences. The eligibility for our PhD program is master's degree or a BTech in any of the natural sciences. In addition to that, for applying to our program, you should have cleared one of the national level exams, which is mentioned here. Either the UGC CSIR NET, AG Bills, GATE, DBT GRF, one of them. If you have cleared one of these exams and have a master's degree, or are expected to have a master's degree by August, when usually the PhD program starts, you can apply to our program. If you're shortlisted, you would be called for the interview. And if you're selected, you would be given a PhD fellowship for 5 years. We typically give away 5 to 7 positions every year. So the program is very intense in the sense that in the first year you have a coursework which is spanning 7 core courses, 2 electives, and 1 project. At the end of the first to second year, you basically decide on an advisor amongst the faculty of the institute, and with that you can start your research. So students choose their advisor, which is a very important point in our research group. It's not like point you are assigned first to the coursework, and based on mutual agreement you choose an advisor. There are, apart from the PhD program and the ComBio PhD program, there are other opportunities. There are postdoctoral positions we have project assistant. We do have a summer research program also. We have a visiting program for academics. And in the non-COVID era, international conferences, workshops, and schools as well. So there are more information on the PhD program, which is in this link which I showed you. Before I dive into today's lecture, I just want to give you a brief overview of the kind of research which goes on in my lab. Broadly, in the last 7 years in this institute, my group has been working on 4 different directions at least. One is systems modeling of metabolism and protein secretion in microbes. This was funded by Ramanujan Fellowship till recently. Okay, these are some papers, representative papers, which we have published in the last few years on the topic. There's a large activity which is dedicated to chemical spaces for drug discovery and systems toxicology. These are 2 papers again in that area, which is representative of the kind of work we do there. We also support several research groups, experimental biology research groups, through our expertise in network-centric analysis. This is one example of a paper where we helped a group with their analysis on proteomics data for Mycobacterium tuberculosis. And finally, we do develop methods for the analysis of complex networks, typically biological networks. And this is sort of work which is funded by the Max Planck Partner Group in Mathematical Biology. Okay. These are 2 representative publications which have come out in this area. So, I work in a diverse area, and large part of the work which I will mention today would be related to the Max Planck Partner Group. So, the question emerges, why network science? Okay. This is a field which basically has come into existence in the last 20 years. Of course, graph theory in mathematics has been around for more than 200 years, but network science is highly interdisciplinary, and it is also rooted in actual empirical data, unlike graph theory, which is more to deal with models. So, what we should realize is that complex systems essentially pervade our everyday life. So, ma'am, am I being recorded?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You never took the permission to record me.
Okay, sir.